Okay, and then what I want you to do, maybe do exactly the same thing last time. Okay, I think this time I'm gonna be faster, right? So what I want you to do, I want you to help me format this part, right? And then do the calculate the gross sales of 2015, calculate this part. Okay. And then calculate the statistic part. Okay. And also maybe help me answer two things. Maybe one is which branch law sell the most? And then maybe another one is which month does the company sell the least? Maybe if you can help me answer this question would be nice. Yeah. Just do this. Okay. Why don't we try to do this together? Oh no, I want you to try to do it first. Okay. Let's do it. Again, as I told you, I want this class to be a workshop, so I want you to try to do it. And then if you have any question, you ask me anytime. Okay, but I want you to try first. And if I go too fast or too slow, please let me know anytime at all. You can shout out or you can type to let me know, but I prefer you to shout because sometimes I didn't check the screen on Microsoft Teams, so I cannot see. So please help me fill out all these things, right? Like what we did last time. Okay, help me find out this, right? The statistic, and then help me answer these two questions. Which branch sell the most? Which month does the company sell the least? Maybe you can help me this. Okay. So let me just jot down what I have to do. Okay, let's try to do it. And once you get the answer, you can just shout out or you can just type so I know.
Professor ครับ
Yes.
So I guess the branches that has the most the most salary is the Kansas business Manhattan, right?
Kansas, man.
975 business.
975เหรอฮะ
ใช่ไหมครับ
Okay. How about other student ฮะ Do you get this the same answer? Other student get the same answer? I think the answer might be different. Can you try to check one more time? Most sales นะฮะ most sale amount for the whole year นะฮะ for the whole year most sale amount for the whole year Any other answer for that? So quiet. Very quiet. Okay, คุณกรองขวัญฮะ What's your answer ฮะ Which store? Which branch?
Wait ค่ะ calculating
Okay, okay, I'm waiting.
Is it Wisconsin or can I check the question again? Okay, which branches?
Which branch, Matt?
Okay, which branches? Can you zoom in the question?
Which branch sell the most? Just one, the first one.
The first one, okay ค่ะ I think the ranches which is like in Kansas is the last one. It's called Causeway.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So how do you find out? How do you do it?
I use the formula from calculate from the January to the December from the every branches that in this
Okay.
table.
So use some function, right?
Yes,ค่ะ.
And then how do you find out the one that maximum you use your eyes to look at it, or
Yeah. I use your eye to compare which
okay,
number.
good.
ค่ะ
Good.
You can
Thank you.
use some formula ครับผม
Hmm?
use some formula
Yeah,
SUM
you use some formula to calculate for each store, right?
yes ครับ
And then, I mean, my next question is, how do you find out which branch sell the most?
You place the sum formula on top, then you drag it down, so it will find the sum of each branch. And yeah, I still don't know how to just make it quick, so that is the fastest way for me. Use sum and just find with the eyes.
Oh, with the eyes, right? Okay, good. Okay.
Can we use max?
Yes. One way is you can use max. Okay. Good. Many ways, right? That's what I want, right? I want, in the exam, I don't usually I don't specify the ways that you have to use to come up with the answer. I'm open. Okay. You have many options. You can choose the way that you want to approach the problems. Okay. But maybe I'll try to show you many ways if I can. Okay, so let's try to do. I think also the way that you mentioned, I think is all correct, but there will be other ways as well. So I'll show you some other way as well that maybe you can pick and choose. Okay, so okay, let's try to do bit by bit a little bit, because as I said, this is a beginning class, right? So we go slow at the beginning. Okay, and the reason I ask you to do is because I want you to try first. So you know what are different ways that you can do. Okay. So let's start with this one to calculate, right? To calculate each store gross sales. So we do sum, right? We do sum of each store gross sales, right? We do sum of all the sales in each month. So I do sum and then open parentheses, I drag all the sales here. I hit enter here. I get the gross sales of the first store. And then I just try to copy the formula by put the mouse here at the bottom right, and then I drag it down like this. So now I get the gross sale for each store. Okay, that's one way. Another way, after I get this store, right, I get the sale of this store, I can just put the mouse here bottom right again. I just double click it. I get the sale of each store also. Okay, and then I think your friend suggests me one way is you go through each sales and by eyes and try to see which one is the largest number and try to remember, and then eventually you see, I mean, somehow you are lucky that the last one, this one is the last, the biggest one, or maybe you are lucky the biggest one is the last one, so you remember, okay, this is the biggest one, 650,000, so this is the biggest one. Okay, or your friends use a function called max. Okay, there's a function called max ครับ max นะครับ let's take a look at max. Max very simple นะ max will return the largest value in a set of value. So you just do max, okay, and then open parentheses, and then you cover all the cell that you want to compare, and then you close parentheses. It will return the maximum number in that range. So in this case, it covers this range, right? So it will return the maximum number is 650,000. Now we know this is the maximum sales. It's good, but still, my question is, I'm looking for the branch, right? I only know the sales amount. I don't know the branch, so I still have to go through which branch that contain this number. Okay, so in this case, if you use max, you have to go through this list again to find out which branch that contain this number. Okay, so there's another function, maybe you can use it. There's a function called rank. Maybe you might have some you might have learned or not. Rank นะฮะ เอาไว้ rank นะฮะ that's the way, as the name suggests, we use it to rank. That's it. Very simple. In this case, you can use something called rank. Let's do rank. Okay, let's do rank. Rank take 3 parameters or 3 arguments: number, reference, and order. Number is the number that you want to rank. Okay, what's the rank of this number? And then the reference is the total all the numbers that you want to rank against. And then the order depend on what order you want. You want a descending order or you want it order in ascending order. Okay, so if you want to read in detail, you just click here. So in this case, as you can see, rank here, they have 3 parameters or 3 arguments. The first 2 is a required one, so you have to put it. The last one is in the bracket. It means it's optional, so you don't have to put it. So the first one require, second one require, the third one is optional. So if you put 0 or if you don't put it, Excel will assume that you want to order from the maximum number to the minimum number namely in descending order. But if you put anything that's not 0, okay, Excel will rank the number in ascending order. Okay, so let's try to rank this. Okay, so we rank the first parameter is the number that we want to rank. Okay, we click here and then comma, and then the reference is this one. Okay, and then what else? That's it, right? Because we want to rank from ascending order. We want to find the one that rank number 1 for us. Right. So this one rank number 16. And then I just drag it down to copy the formula. Let it go. That's it. Okay, so we got the answer. Is it correct? 16 to 18, 12 to, why we have 2 twice? What's wrong? This one, 6, 3, and then even though this one and this one, different number, but why rank number 2?
You gotta place a dollar sign.
Yes, right? What did I forget?
Dollar
I
sign.
forgot to fix the reference here. As you can see here, right? Here I compare this. So I compare this 027 against this one, which is the reference. If we check on this one, 028, which is this one, against this one, it moved the reference down. So what I have to do here, I have to go up here, right, and fix the reference here. So I copy the formula one more time. So it should be correct now. Okay, so this one rank number 1. Okay, so this one we do it only one time. Okay, so what if I do it other ways? If I rank it in descending order, I can do rank of this one. We reference it, fix it. Then suppose I put -1, anything. Comma. Okay. My computer is something wrong. And then ascending order. So now here the order reverse. The order reverse. So now this one now from 1 becomes 20 because now I order in ascending order. Okay, here suppose I want to show you the formula. So I rank in this way. Okay, any other ways that you learn? Suppose I want to know which one rank number. Any other ways that we can find out that which store? So now we know that this one, right, rank number 1. Can we have any other ways that we find out that which store sell the most?มีไหมครับ? Okay, maybe you might forget that Ajahn Bira might have taught you before. So maybe one way, I will remind you later. But what you do is you create this as a table. So you highlight this, click on here, sort and filter, and click on filter, and make this field like this as a tables, and then you can filter it. So and you can sort it. You just click here on the column, this column, and then you can sort it in descending order. Now you can come here. So it will sort, right, this area that you selected based on this column, right? And then you can see that this is the branch that sell the most. You can do something like this. Okay, there are many ways that you can approach this problem. Okay, ไหมครับ Okay. So let me go back to original one. Just want to tell you that once you become familiar with Excel, there are many ways that you can use Excel. Okay. So let me just try to complete this field. Okay. So now, okay, let me do on this side as well. Sum of each month, right? Okay, and now if I want gross sales, right? I just do this gross sale of the whole store. So I do sum of each store. So this will be my gross sales of the whole store. Okay. So let me just delete this just in case. Okay. So again, if I want to do ranking to find out which month I sell the least, so I'll just do rank, right? Same thing, right? I just rank here, compare with this reference, right? Comma, I fix it, and then I'll do in ascending order. And now I know that in February is the month that performed the least. I mean, sell the least. Okay. So here I get the sales, right? So if I just want to put some comma, and then I just here as you can see here, sometime like if you see this is not error. That's what this thing means is that the width of your column is smaller than the text or the data in the field. So what you do is you just increase the size of the field here by double click, or you can just readjust by yourself. Yeah. But in this case, what I'll do is actually, because I want to get it out of this 0, the decimal point, let me just highlight and then get it out of this decimal point. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so it's easier. So now I got the gross sales in 2015. So instead of I typing everything by myself, right? So I think last time I told you, I think best way, once you calculate it, instead of you type by yourself, you reference it. The way you reference it, you just type equal here, and then you just click on the cell that you want to reference the value from. Just click here. You enter. So whatever you have over there, it will appear here. Okay, and then you calculate the net profit or net loss. So what's the formula? Very simple, right? Sales minus cost of sales minus operating expense. Then I copy the formula. And then net change is just the difference between these 2 years. right? And percentage change is just net change divided by the value from the year 2014, which is the base year, right? And then I just change the into percentage. So I'll just do this. Oops, sorry, always mix up. Okay. So this is what I get, right? How about the sales statistic per store? So how do we calculate this part? ทำไงครับ So how do we do this one? I think I asked you to go back and do it, right? So we know this one is the gross sales, which is the sale of all store combined. So if I want to know the per store, sale per store, so what do we do? So we do the total sales divided by number of store, right? The total number of store, which is 20. So I reference it, enter, and then I can just copy the formula again, right? I get some errors. What's the error? The error said divide by 0. Let's take a look. So here, C7, which is this one's correct, divided by C24. What's C24? C24 is right here. Why? Because the reason is when we drag the cell down here, the formula, the cells, when we drag the mouse down here, the formula shift down by 1 cell. So this cell will go down by 1 cell also. So in this case, this one have nothing here, so it's assumed 0. So that means Excel cannot do it. That's why I say divide by 0 error. So what we want to do, we want to fix this one to be the denominator all the time, C23. So how do we fix it? So we do absolute reference, we do function F4 again, right? So we do this. Same thing with 2014. We divided by 2016. Right? We do this and it change, just same thing, right? Nothing much. This one. Right, and then you can just drag both at the same time. You can do something like this. Okay. Any question? Oh, by the way, this one, the number of stores in 2015. Actually, I don't have to give you 20. You can count by yourself, right? Excel allow you to count things in Excel. Like I think last time I showed you, right? Suppose we have a number like this. Like this, we have date. Oh, we have some function called today, which return today dates. Or time, like this. If I do count, if I do count on this range of cell, it will return 3. Because Excel with count function, it will return the cell that contain, it will count all the cells that contain numbers, date, and time. Okay, so that's why it has only 3 cells. 1, 2, 3. However, if I want to count everything, count all the cells, count all the cells, count A means count all the cells that contain any data at all. I mean, it will count all the cells that contain data. Okay, so in this case, I count this, it will return 6. Okay, so in this case, if I want to count how many store or how many branches, in this case, I can just do count all, count A of the branches here, like the address here, I should get 20. Same thing. Okay, so I don't have to give you here. I can just do calculation by myself and get the answer. Okay. Any question ไหมครับ Okay. Anything else? Okay. Okay. Excel have some interesting features called conditional formatting also. Okay. So suppose like a manager can want to know something like that. Okay. How many branches are in trouble? Like in trouble. Like for example, I mean that their sale perform less than average. Like they perform worse than the average of the sales of all store. So what's the average sale of all store? Average sale of all store is this much, right? 475, 700. So I want to know how many, or just show me which one that sell less than 475000 and show me by pop-up into red color, something like that. So in this case, what you can do something like this. We call it conditional formatting. So what you do is you just highlight the cell that you want to do conditional formatting. You want to format, but based on some condition. So you just highlight this. And then you go to conditional formatting. And then you highlight cell with some rules. And then you do less than. And then in this case, right, we want to know, we want it to compare with less than this number, 47500. And then if this thing happen, if your cells is less than this number, you want your cell to format the cell in red, light red field with dark red text like this, to make the text from this look like this. Okay, we click OK. So in this case, we know, okay, so these are the store that in trouble, that are the store that sell below the average sales of all store. So maybe the manager of this store, they should be serious on trying to sell more and try to come up with some promotion or try to come up with something to attract more customer to buy their product, something. Okay, so this one we call conditional formatting. It's very useful once, especially when you have a lot of data in your text. Okay, maybe your manager might lose sight of the data. So if you can have some conditional formatting like this, I think it's useful for him to see something that you try to point out as well. Okay.
ทวนอันนี้ให้อีกรอบได้ไหมคะ
อ๋อได้ครับได้ครับ
ค่ะ
โอเคอีกอันยกตัวอย่างเช่นสมมุติว่าokay, suppose your boss want to give a bonus. Your boss want to give a bonus to the store that sell more than 600,000 ก็ได้นะครับ so อยากให้มันมีสีให้มีสีเขียวแล้วกันให้มีสีเขียวจากสาขาที่มันขายได้มากกว่า 600,000 we just highlight all the store, right, the sales here, and we just go to conditional formatting ตรงนี้ครับ and then highlight sales with some rules. In this case we go greater than. Actually there are many rules, and then you can create your rules by yourself นะฮะ so in this case we just use the rules that they set for us, easy. So in this case we just do greater than 600,000 because we're gonna give them with, so in this case, with the green color, because it's good one. Okay, so this one, if it's more than 600,000, so these are the store that should get some bonus. Okay,ไหมครับ? So this one
ขอบคุณ
doesn't
ค่ะ
ครับผม this one doesn't do anything on the data. Okay, just format it, just put some color, change the font's color onto the cell. That's it. Okay, and suppose, okay, but this thing doesn't count for us. Suppose, okay, one thing is, if I want to count how many, okay, how many store that sell exactly, let's say, how many store sell exactly 555,000. Okay, so I do a function called count if. Count if mean you count something with some condition. So you count if is count if take two parameters. The first one, okay, count if take two parameters. So first, the first one is where do you want to look for? So this is the range, and then what you want to look for, this is a criteria. So based on this criteria, based on this range, what criteria are you looking for? Are you gonna count? Okay. So for example, I want to count, let's say, based on all the store here. Suppose I said, okay, of all the store here, I want to know how many stores they sell exactly, like sell exactly 555,000. Okay, so this is based on all the store here. Which one that match my criteria, which is this number? Okay, I enter, so it's only one that match. Okay, so when you do count if, it can be text, can be numbers. Really, it depends on you. Okay, you depend on what you want to count. This one, I just match the numbers. I said based on the sales amount of the store here. How many store that have the sale amount 555,000? I said they check, there's only one. Okay, but this is not so fun, right? How about if we want to know, same thing, if we want to know how many store or how many branches that sell more than 600,000, right? I think because to find exactly one is harder, right? How about because we want to give, we have some incentive, right, for the manager, right? If you hit some target, then you get some bonus. So in this case, we want to know how many store that they hit the target. So we set the target to be 600,000. So we want to know how many store that they can sell more than 600,000. So in this case, we do count if again. Count if. Let me type count if. Equal to count if you count with some condition, okay, and then this is the range, right, of all store with comma and then criteria. Next one is criteria. Now we want to find out which one is more than, okay, 600,000. Oh, sorry แป๊บนึงนะครับโอเคครับพอดีผมสอนอยู่อ่ะเดี๋ยว35ขึ้นครับขอบคุณมากครับครับขอบคุณมากครับสวัสดีครับโทษทีนะครับ sorry. So This is a criteria, right? Greater than 600,000. But for this, okay, if you don't, but for this one, Excel will interpret this as text. Once you have the operators before the numbers, Excel will not understand this as numbers. So you have to put parentheses, you have to put double quote around it. So if you want to put some criteria that have operators, okay, with numbers, you have to put a double quote around it. So if I put this, I put close parenthesis, okay, enter. So that means there are 6 stores that have sales more than 600,000. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's correct. Okay, so I just show you formula text. Okay, can you see the difference? So this one I count, right? This one I can count, but this one I just show the format. I just want it to pop out. Okay, or in some case, right? So suppose in one class, I have some situation like this. Some example. I have male, female student, female, male, female. Suppose it's gender, right? So I want to know how many female in my class. I can do something like this. I can do count if. Count if. I highlight this. I just count female in my class. I know there are 6 female in my class. Something like this. Okay. So count is quite useful when you have to count something. So you can count numbers like this when you count number. You just count number, you count text. You can do all these things. Okay. Any question? Okay. If no question, then let's move on to another file, which is this file, fitness is201. This one. Please download this one and open it. Okay. So in this file, just it has 3 worksheets. Okay, just this one, just to say, this is a file that they prepare to assess the fitness levels and then monitor workout progress for a member for one fitness center. Okay, and then the kind of record, okay, the attendance of one member, okay, on this report sheet. Okay, so this XX is on the attendance date, and then this is the time, the amount of time that a particular persons, okay, spend on jogging, calisthenics, and then strength training in minutes. So what I want you to do is I want you to help me just calculate the exercise statistic here. Some average, medium, minimum, maximum, right? For jogging, calisthenics, and then strength training. Right? This one should be quick, right? And then, yeah, maybe I put some name like Tom, okay, and then years 18. Okay, weight. Okay, maybe I change that a little bit from weight, maybe kilogram into and height in maybe centimeter. Okay. Suppose this person's the weight is 72 kilogram, height at 173. Okay. I want you to help me calculate something called BMI and his fitness level. A BMI is body mass index, is the numbers or the index that estimate human body fat. Okay, so then this number we use we have some range. Okay, and then the range, right? I have the tables here to indicate the level of your fitness. So if it's 0 until like 18.5, about that, it's considered underweight. If it 18.5 until like 25, considered normal weight, no, normal fitness level. And then if above 25, overweight. And then above 30, considered obese. Okay, so I want you to please help me calculate this person BMI index and then the fitness level based on these tables. Okay, and to calculate this, okay, I have the formula to calculate BMI. I have the formula right here in this worksheet. The formula to calculate BMI is BMI equal to 0.003 multiplied by weight divided by height square. Okay. However, the weight that I give you here in this formula, the weight is in pound. And then the height is in inches. Okay. This formula is the weight is in pound. And then the formula is in inches. Okay. So, however, in Thailand, we use metrics. Okay. So weight we know in kilograms, like this person, Tom, his weight is 72 kilograms, and then his height is 173 centimeter. So I want you to help me. Okay, first, can you please calculate? Just fill out these tables, and then he'll help me calculate Tom's BMI and fitness level. Okay, by somehow, right, change from his kilogram into pounds and then centimeter into inches, so we can use this formula to calculate BMI, and then you can find ways to convert, right, the BMI into the fitness level. So you can tell me. Okay, so please, so after you're done, please let me know. You can shout out or you can type the answer on the text box. Thank you. Okay, please do. Okay, what's the answer? What is his BMI and what is his fitness level? Oh. No answer? Okay, first thing first, right? We calculate. Okay, so first of all, if we want to know how many days, right, this person go to the gym, right? We can just do this, right? We can just count A, right? Count all, and we just count this X. So we know he goes maybe 17 days, and then so we do sum of how many minutes that he go. Okay, average. Okay, and then median. Okay, and then minimum, min, right? And then maximum, max. Okay, and then once you do this, right, you know Excel can allow you to copy the formula, so you just drag it to the right. So you don't have to do one by one. I hope by now you know how to do this. Now, why don't we try to calculate BMI? So anyone got the answer? Huh? What's the answer? Oh. Any suggestion? How do we get the answer? How we approach this problem?
อาจารย์ครับ can we use convert to change the unit?
Yeah, of course. That's very good. Have you used convert before?
Again, please.
Yeah. Have you used convert function before ครับ
No ครับ I just search from the Google.
That's good. That's what I want you to do นะฮะ I think that's the best. Convert function. I think that's one way. We use convert. Okay, let's try convert นะฮะ And as you can see นะฮะ convert take 3 parameters. The first one นะฮะ we convert some numbers and from one unit to another unit. That's it. Very simple function to use now. So we just click the number that we want to convert, and then from unit, this one is a gram, but in this case we can just type kg นะฮะ kilogram, kg, people know kg, and then to pounds lbm นะฮะ and that's it. We get we get pounds, and then another one's convert. Okay, and what else? Numbers from cm to inch. In is here's in. That's it. Okay, that's one way we use convert function. I like the idea นะครับ If you don't know, you search Google. I think Excel, I mean in Google right now they will tell you how to do it. Any other ways that we can use this? Any other, someone else have any other approach to come up with the answer? Okay, how about this? I'll do something like this. 1 kg to lbs. I just do this. 1 kilo is how many pounds, right? So I just type equal this multiplied by, so I get this one. That's my pound. So I just search. So there are many ways that you can approach. If you know that, okay, 1 kilo, 1 kilo is 2.20 or 204, then you can just do this, okay. And once you know, right, in pounds and in inches, now you can plug into the formula that I gave you. 0.03 multiplied by weight divided by height square. Height square is raised to the power of 2. Okay, in Excel, if you want to raise to the power of, we use this cap sign, okay, which is the symbol above the number 6 on your keyboard, and then raise to the power of 2, and then you get the answer. So 24.05, that's the answer. And then what is this fitness level? Fitness level is still below 25. That means normal. Okay. But here we use our eyes to see. What if in this fitness center they have thousands of members, right? If your employee have to look at and have to calculate this and use their eyes to look at this, is not efficient solution. So in this case, can we write a command or functions to help our employee to know, okay, if this number, what is a fitness level? If this number, what is a fitness level? What kind of function we should use? Actually, I already hinted what kind of function we should use it. We can use function called if, right? We can use function called if. So instead of we have to use our eye to see, okay, if fall in between this range, it should be this number. So we can use the function called if to write and then output the fitness level here. Okay. What are other ways besides if function? I think you learned in the summer also. Besides the if function, what else? What are the function or features of Excel that you can use to apply to this type of problems? Any suggestion besides if? Okay. do you remember something called lookup table? VLOOKUP? You still remember what does it for? I mean, what do you lose? What do we use it for? Okay. Anyway, I'll show you maybe after the break. Okay. So after the break, okay. So instead of we're gonna use our eyes to look at, okay, what if this number, what's gonna be our fitness level? So we're gonna use if functions, and then we're gonna use VLOOKUP table or VLOOKUP to answer. Okay, so we gonna learn those two features, and then we're gonna work on one more Excel file, and then I'll let you go. Okay, so let's take maybe let's take a break until yeah 2:45. Okay, I'll see you 2:45. Okay, we continue. Sorry. Okay, so so let's see how we can use if to solve the problem. So for if, I believe many of you should learn how to do if, but just want to show you just quick as a reference. You can go back. Okay, if you want to take a look at this, this is in tutorial 3 now. If you're interested, this is in tutorial 3. So if is one of the function in the logical function, okay, if is a very simple, okay, if return one value, if a condition is true, and return a different value if the condition is false. That's it. So for if, it check the condition or the logical test. If this logical test is true, it return one value here. If this logical test is false, it return another value. That's it. Very simple. Okay. And then you can do any comparison, any operations in the if. Okay. So we learn if first before we go to lookup function. So let's take a look at if. Okay. Let me just show you something easy. So let's create another work on another worksheet. Suppose like this. Okay. In a class, I have some student, 5 students. So I have Tom, Jerry, Mary, Claire. Okay. Suppose this is the score that student get in class. Okay. So suppose this is a score that student get in class. Oh, sorry. Suppose in my class I only have 2 grades, pass or fail grade. Pass or fail grade. And then I have a criteria that if a student who get 60 or up get a pass grade, if below that get a fail grade. Very simple. Only 2 outcomes, either pass or fail. So if you run into this situation that we have 2 outcomes, depend on the condition. In this case, please think about you should use if function. Okay. So in this case, we're gonna use if function. So we're gonna use if function. First, we're gonna use if with logical test. So in this case, what we're gonna use? We're gonna test this one if with 60, right? Because we want to say if it's more than 60, we want to give a pass grade. Very simple. So if this true, we want to return one value is true. And then if this evaluate to false, we want to return another value. Okay, I said fail. That's it. Since pass and fail is a text, so we put in double quote. Then I close parentheses. That's it. I can just copy the formula. So let's take a look here. If 92, D9 is 92. If 92 greater than 60, true. If true, I say pass, yes. Another one, if D9, 73 greater than 60, true. If true, yes, pass. If 53 greater than 60, false. If false, we will not evaluate pass, we evaluate fail, so fail, correct. So that's the answer. So this should be simple, right? If statement. So what if, now, I want to give a reward for those who study hard and get above 90. Those who get above 90, I want to give an A. So in this class, now I have three grades in my class. I have A, pass, and fail. So if you get above 90, you get A grade. If you are above 60, get pass. Below that, you get fail grade. So how do we write a condition for that? So in this case, we can write an if statement also. But in this case, before, as we said, if we deal with only two outcomes. Now we have three outcomes. So we have to use if within if. Sometimes we call it nested if. So inside if, in this case, we put another if. Okay. So let me show you how to do it. So first, we check logical test again. We check whether if 65 here is greater than 90. Okay, I just type easy. If I do it easiest way first, I'll do the hard way later. So if the 8, which is if the score here, if greater than 90, if yes. So if this return true, if this evaluate to true, what should I do? What's the value should I output? I said A, right? I want to output A because this is my outcome here. And then what if this one evaluate to false? If this not more than 90, what should I do? Then I want to do if again. I want to check again. If again, check whether if this one is greater than 60 or not. We repeat this step. If this more than 60, what do I do? If it's more than 60, yes, I will give a pass grade. Same thing as this. If not, if this return false, I will do a fail grade, right? If this not true, so I will do a fail grade. So I cross parentheses for this one with the red color, and I cross another parenthesis for the black color for the outer if. Enter, so I get a pass for this person, and then I copy the formula. You can see this. So let's check. So D8 greater than 90, D8 is 65. Is 65 greater than 90? False. False, we will not evaluate A, right? We check again. If 65 greater than 60, true. True, we return pass, correct. Okay, next, let's check on this one. This one is D9. What's D9? D9 is 92. Is 92 greater than 90? True. If true, then we output A. It's correct. Okay. How about this one? This one is D11. What's D11? 53. If 53 greater than 90? Sorry. If 53 greater than 90, false. So we will not evaluate A. We do if, right? If 93 greater than 60, false. We will not evaluate pass, so we say fail. It's correct. Okay, so that's how you do nested if. So how about this? So if we do a bit more, right? So it's a more common, like if we get like criteria, like 90 you get A, 80 you get a B, right? 70 you get a C, 60, you get a D, and then below that you get F, right? Can you please help me write an if condition, if statement to give the grade for all students here? Okay, can you please do that for me now? Okay. Okay, let's try to do it now. So I'll do this if, right? I start with this if this score is greater than 90. If greater than 90, I give an A grade. Then, if this not, then I'll check again if this score is greater than 80. Then, if this correct, I give a B grade. Oops, sorry. I give a B grade. Right? And then, if not, what do? I check again. If this score is greater than 70. If this score greater than 70, I give a C grade. If not, I check again. If this score greater than 60, if yes, I give a D grade. If not, I don't have to check. I just give an F grade. Okay, and then I cross parentheses. This one for this one, green color. This one for this one. This one for this one, and then this one for this one. This one D. Let's check. So this one got a D grade. Okay, should be correct. Okay. So this one, as you can see here, what I do is I hard code. I type everything in the line here. But again, I told you, right? When we set up something like this, maybe what we should do, we should not hard code like this. Okay, what we should do, we should reference it if we can. And I'll show you why we should reference it. Okay, what I mean, this one I hard code, I type everything by hand. Okay, the criteria, score for the grade, and then the grade itself, I type it. Okay, what if I want to reference it instead of typing? This is the way I would do it. So I will do the same thing. If logical test, I test this one, compare with 90. And then since I reference it, I have to fix it because I want this to be compared with all the numbers here. So I fix it. So by press function F4, right? If this more than 90, then I give A grade. I press function F4. If not, I compare again. This one compare with 80. Function F4, and then I give a B grade. Right? If not, I check again. Compare this with 70. Function F4, and then I give a C grade. If not, I check again whether this greater than 60. If yes, I give a D grade. If not, I give a F grade. That's it. I cross braces. I should get the same answer. Okay. So what's the difference between this one and this one? This one I hard code everything in here, but this one I reference it. Of course, it's a look more. So, okay, let me put this one. I hard code everything here. This one. Like this. So the difference is I reference it. What's good about this? So suppose in this case, this year, maybe if I want to lower the grade, lower the criteria from 90 to 85 to get A, I can do something like this. I just change here. So if I have a lot of students here, you will see the reflection. Or I change the criteria for B from to be like 75, something like this. So you change the criteria, something like this. Okay, so that's why I suggest you to use a reference when you have big spreadsheets, so it's easier for you to code it. Because here the code, as you can see, the code doesn't change. You just change the data here. You separate the code from the data, as you can see. Okay, so here we can just change the data back any way you want it. Okay, so this is how we use the if function. Okay, any question on how we use if function and then nested if within if? This one we call nested if. As you can see, we have if within if. Okay, that's why we call nested if. Any question? Okay. Can we do it easier than this? For this question, for this feature of if, can we do it? Can we use some other features to make our life easier? Yes, we can use VLOOKUP. I think for most of you might have learned VLOOKUP before. So I'll show you what VLOOKUP is. Okay, one more time. I'm pretty sure that Jamira go over VLOOKUP before already during the summer. Okay, so we just go quick. VLOOKUP is is one type of lookup function. A lookup function, what it does is it will find values in the tables of data and insert them in another location in the worksheet, such as some cells or in a formula. Okay, and then for lookup function, there are two types of lookup function. There are two types of matching. Okay, one type we call an exact match. The other one we call approximate match. Okay, an exact match is when the lookup values must match one of the compare values in the first column of the lookup tables. This is we use for VLOOKUP. Okay, and then another one is approximate match occur when the lookup value fall within the range of numbers in the first column of the lookup tables in the VLOOKUP table. Okay, so we have exact match and approximate match. Depend on how you want to match. I'll show you both. In another Excel file, not in this one. I will show both of the exact match and approximate match. In this one, the current one I will use only for approximate match. Okay. So for lookup table or for the VLOOKUP, like the lookup function, you can both match the numbers and then you can match the text. I mean, in general, when you want to match the numbers, we use approximate match, and when you want to match the text, we use exact match. Okay. So, and then when you create the lookup tables, you have to form a tables. Now, you have to form a table that looks something like this. For the tables, if your data in the tables, if it's in a text format, it can be in any order. Okay. However, if the first columns is a number, you have to arrange it in ascending order. Okay. If the first columns of the tables is the numbers, you have to rearrange it so that the first column is in ascending order. Okay, that's the rules. Okay, so this is a syntax or the grammar how to use it. Okay, so for the VLOOKUP function, okay, so the name, you just type VLOOKUP stand for vertical lookup. The first parameter is the lookup value. Okay, the second parameter is the table array, which is the tables that we want to look to find out the value. Okay, that like something like this, or the one that we're gonna set up later. And then the third parameter is the column index number. The third one is a column index number, which means that in which column of the table array we want to output the value from. Okay, and lastly, the range lookup. This is to tell Excel what type of lookup we're gonna do. Are we gonna do approximate lookup? Are we gonna do approximate match, or are we gonna do exact match? Okay, so I'll show you later. Okay, I will show you now. Okay, so let's take a look at how we use VLOOKUP. Okay, again, to use VLOOKUP, we have to arrange, okay, the first column. Okay, if we set if for the table array, okay, if the first column of table array, if the numbers, we have to rearrange the tables such that, okay, the first column is in ascending order. Okay, so, and how we gonna know what should be the type of the data in the first column? So it depends on what we want to compare in the lookup value. In this case, we want to compare the score of the student, which is the numbers, right? So the numbers is the thing that we want to compare. So that's mean the first, okay, that's mean the first column in the VLOOKUP, it has to be the numbers. Okay, so in this case, we have to arrange this one in ascending order. So in this case, I will reverse. Okay, I will do 0, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then I will do F, D, C, B, A. Okay, I just reverse this table to look something like this. Meaning is the same. And then I will do VLOOKUP. Very simple. I just type VLOOKUP. Okay, the first one is the lookup value. Lookup value is, in this case, we want to look up this value in some table array. This is our table array. Okay, as you can see, our lookup value here, 65 here, we don't have the exact number in this table array. 65 is just some numbers in this range, right? So as you can see here, we're gonna use approximate match because it's not exact number in these tables, right? We don't have 65 in this table. Okay, that's why we're gonna do approximate match. Okay, and then next, column index number. From these, okay, from these tables, which column we want to output the value. This is the first column. This is the second column. From which column we want to output the value? We want the grade, right? So we want the column number 2, right? The second number, the second column here. So this is first column, second column. So column number 2. So I just type 2 here to be output on this cell. And then the range lookup here, range lookup, you can type to true or you can omit it. You don't have to type anything, or you type true, okay? Because we want to do approximate match, okay? Just click true, it's okay. Enter, this will be D, okay? And then I just drag, D, A, okay, C, okay. But this one, not available, not available. What's wrong? What's the problem? Let's take a look. What did we forget? This one is D. Okay. This one we look up of D11. What's D11? D11 is this one's correct. Of K5 to to L9. What's K5 to L9? K5 to L9. What's the problem here? Our table array shift down. What did we forget? We forgot to fix this table array. So as you can see here, the table array here, here also table array here, shift down also. Okay, so what should we do? We come up here for our table array. Here we want this table array to be the same for all the row below here. So I just fix it. Function F4. Enter. I drag one more time. I get the same answer. Okay, so I do VLOOKUP again, lookup value, look and then look up tables, column index number 2, and then true to specify that I want approximate match, and then I get the same answer. Okay. Okay, ไหมครับ and you can see here the formula text here is much smaller. This one is only this. For this one is only this. But this one, if we use if, is this much. So this one is much easier if you understand how to use it. Okay ไหมครับ any question on how to use VLOOKUP? Okay, if we go back to this one, I think you can now use, can you write a function, okay, to calculate fitness level here instead of use our eyes to judge by ourselves? Can you use any function, use if function or the VLOOKUP function to output the value here? Okay, can you try now, please? Okay, for me, I'll just do easy one. I just do VLOOKUP. I'm just too lazy. So I just do VLOOKUP of this one, compare with this table, right? Comma, right? I'll put just second, enter. So I get the answer. Okay, so this is my answer. Okay, so I hope you get the answer. Any other question? Any question? Okay, if not, let's move on to another file we call econ is201. Please download this file, econ is201. So it looks something like this. Okay. Okay, so in this file, it's just a record, okay, of all the score, raw score of one class of student in econ class. So this class have 6 activity for the teacher to evaluate student in the class. So there are 6 activity which are homework, quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, quiz 4, and then final exam. And then quiz 1 will count 20% of the grade. Quiz 2, homework will count 20% of the grade. Quiz 1, quiz 2 count 10% each. Quiz 3 and 4 count 15% each. And then final exam count 30% each. So, and then the below table here are the raw score for all the students. Okay, the raw score for each activities, the total point is 100 points. Okay, so your job is to help me calculate. Help me calculate for each student here. Calculate the weighted average score for each student. Weighted average score for each student. Because each student, for each activity here, the weight is not the same. So you have to do something with the weight. So please help me calculate the weighted average score for each student. And then use that weighted average score to determine the ranking of the student in the class. Who get the highest weighted average score get the rank number 1. Okay, so that's how. And then help me determine the grade also. Grade of the student as well. So I want to know student grade. Okay, and this is the criteria of the grade. So same thing, 90 you get an A, 80 B, right? C, D, and F, right? Below this one you get an F. And I want to know how many. How many? How many people get A, B, C, D, or F in the class besides the grade that they get? So the grade also determined by the weighted average score for each student. Right? I want to know weighted average score for each student, the ranking for each student, the grade for each student, and then the and then for all the grade, like for all the grades of all the students, how many people who got A's, how many people got B's, C, D, or F, and then help me calculate the class summary. Yeah, class average, low score, high score. For this part, you can do you can do VLOOKUP if you want to. Yeah, class size, you can help me calculate what's the class size. I think you can calculate that. Like the class student ID, suppose you enter some number. If you can you pop up? Can you make it pop up the first name, last name, weighted average score, the class rank? Yeah. When you enter some number here, and then make it output something here. Maybe this one could be later, but let's fill out all this thing first. Right, all this thing and then this for me. Okay, let's do it now. Okay, you understand what I'm asking you to do, right? So please do all this thing first. So if you have any question, you can ask me anytime. By the way, for all these things, is it too easy for you? You all can do this already? So I know I can go a bit faster. Is it too slow? Can anyone tell me? Too slow ไหมฮะ all these things you know before already, so I can go a bit faster.
I think this is fine ครับอาจารย์
Okay. Okay, thank you ครับ because I didn't get response that much, so I'm not so sure what's I mean, and I cannot see your face, so I'm not so sure what's going on. So anyway, but thank you ครับ for your comment, for your answer. Okay, let's try to do and let me know. Okay. So who got the highest score? Who got the highest weighted average score in this class? Anyone got the answer? Okay, who got the highest score in this class? Huh? Anyone got the answer?
Medina ค่ะ
Okay, very good. Medina ครับ Thank you very much for your answer ครับ Okay, let's do it. So we first to do that we have to calculate each student score, right? To do that, so we do each student weighted average score. So how do we calculate a weighted average score ครับ Can we do this average and then do this and get 86? No, right? Why we cannot do this? If we just do average mean this, what do we mean? What do we assume? If we do just do average here, or this number, we assume that
all quiz
all these
are the same, right?
all these have the same weight, right?
Yeah.
So if we do all this, if we do average of all these number, we assume that all these have the same weight, which is not. So in this case, how are we gonna do it? The way we do it is very simple. We just multiply the raw score with the weight to get the effect of each weight. Okay, so we do this multiplied by the weight, and this multiplied by the weight. This raw score multiplied by the weight plus this multiplied by the weight plus this raw score multiplied by the weight plus this raw score multiplied by the weight. I got this, and then I double click it. Oh, something wrong. Again, what did I forget? Again, whenever you do all these things, don't forget when you try to copy the formula, don't forget you have to be sure that the reference, some of the reference, you have to fix it. That you, like for example, the weight here, you have to fix it, right? Because the weight have to be the same weight for all the raw score below. Okay, that's and then this one. Okay, I do one more time. So this should be correct. Okay, that's one way. Here I use a formula to calculate the weighted average score. And this is a common way that you calculate weighted average score. Later on, I don't know, you learn how to calculate the weighted average cost of capital or not? You learn เรียนยังฮะ weighted average cost of capital เรียนยัง maybe not. Okay, this is gonna be the same way that you calculate the weighted average cost of capital นะฮะ so you multiply by the weight and then with the percentage of the one that you put the money from, and then this is the way you do it. Okay, or นะฮะ I show you another way with the function. Okay, Excel also provide a function that compute the number, something like this formula. Okay, that function called sum product. Okay, sum product come from two words, sum and product. Sum we know is adding. Product we know, right? Product, what does it mean? Product means multiplication. Okay, so actually what it did is multiply some arrays of numbers. Doesn't have to be 2, can be 3, right? So in this case, we want to multiply this set of number or array of number with this set, right? Which is a weight. And then I fix it. Okay, I close it. That's it. Very simple. What it did is it just multiplied this with this one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. And then after it multiply, it add it up. That's it. That's some product. And then I just copy the formula. Copy the formula down here. Same. Get the same answer. So depend what you want. You can use a formula or you can use a function. Okay, how about ranking? Let's do ranking quick. We do rank, right? I'll just do quick. Where's my screen? Oh, today my computer's something wrong. Rank. Of this number against all the number here. Okay, hold on. Something. เป็นไรเนี่ย comma okay equal to rank of this number against or this number. What's wrong? แป๊บหนึ่งนะครับ Okay, got some message. Okay, rank. I think you can do it. Okay, rank, and then this I fix it, and then here, since I want to do ascending order, I don't have to do anything. So I just do this. I know this person, Medina Dorothy, right? Get number 1. Okay. How about grade? Okay, grade. Of course, you can do either if or you can do VLOOKUP. Okay, let's do both. Okay, let's do quick. If. Okay, I can do if this one greater than or equal to 90. So I fix it. I give a grade. If not, I do if again. I compare this one with 80. Then I give a B grade. Fix it. If not, I compare this with 70. I fix it. If yes, I give a C grade. I fix it. If not, I compare this with 60. I fix it. If yes, I give a D grade. If yes, If not, I give F grade. Okay, and then I cross braces, enter. Hopefully, I get the correct answer. Okay, I'll check later. Okay, and what if I want to use VLOOKUP? What's the first thing? I have to rearrange the grade here, right? 0, 60, 70, 80, 90, right? F dot CBA. Okay, let's do grade 2 here. Okay, we do VLOOKUP, right? Of the grade, comma. So we compare with these lookup tables, right? So the value of the lookup value have to be the same type with the first column of the lookup of the table array, right? The lookup value here, the type of the lookup value have to be the same type of the value in the first column of the table array. And then I have to fix the tables array, and then from which columns I want to output the value. This is the first column. This is the second column. I want to output the second column. Okay, and then since I compare, right? I do approximate match right here. 88 here is the numbers. We don't really have 88 here in the tables here. We don't do the exact match. We do approximate match here. So here we specify the last one as true. Okay, or we don't have to specify, it's okay. We type. So we just double click here. So I think the answer should be the same. This one we use if. This one we use VLOOKUP. Okay, ไหมครับ Any question? And okay, let me do one more thing. What if I want to give comment? For example, if you get an A, I give you excellent. If you get a B, I said good. If you get C, I said okay. If you get a D, I said need some improvement. And then you get an F, maybe see you next semester, something like this. Okay, so why don't we try to output the comment? Okay, can you help me? So suppose first, let's try to output from the number, from the score. Okay, how do we do it? We do VLOOKUP this one, right? Because we want to output from the score. So this one we use as lookup value, and then we highlight the table array to cover this one as well. And then I fix the table array. Now, which column index number I want to output? What should I type? What number? Help me, please. Number what? 1 or 2 or 3? I should type number 3, right? Because I want to output comment, which is number 3. This is number 1, number 2, number 3. I want to output number 3. Okay. And then the range lookup, this one, since I compare the numbers, is approximate match, is true. So I can do something like this. Okay. How about another one? Okay, if I do VLOOKUP based on the grade. Suppose I look at the grade, I want to give comments. So in this case, I look up the grade, I want to give comments. Can I do this? And then I said, I choose this as my table array, right? And I fix it. And then I do this as 3. Can I do this? You will say not available. Why not available? Huh? NA not available. You follow me? Why not available? Because when I choose, when I do, we look up. Okay, M22. I use my lookup as the grade, which is the text, right? But when I select the table array, my first column is the numbers of the score, which is in different type. We cannot compare. I have to change the table array to start from here. Okay, so I have to redo it. So my table array now I should choose my table array to start from here, not from here. Okay, my table array should be from here. I fix it. Okay, and then now what's my column index number? What column? Which column?
2 ครับ
2. Okay, and then that's it, right? Can I enter? Still not available, huh? What should I do next? What's wrong? What did I forget?
true or false เหรอคะ
I have to specify as false นะครับ because it's a exact match, right? Because we do the text comparison. Okay, so that's it. So this should be the answer. Okay, lastly, help me count how many get A, B, C, D, F ครับกี่คนได้ A ครับ How many people got A? What should we do ฮะ
เขาอะค่ะ
how if
Okay, how do we do it ฮะ How if of what's the range? This is a range, right? All the grade in the class, I fix it. And then what's my criteria? This could be my criteria. ถูกไหมฮะ A, B, C, D, E, F. So I just drag it like this. So this is that's it. So that's how many people who got A, B, C, D, or F. And then just to be sure, let's sum how many students in the class. Total, we have 36. Okay, let's calculate the class size just to be sure. Let's do the class size. Let's count. Let's do count all แล้วกันนะฮะ based on the last name แล้วกัน How many students? 36 should be okay. Okay. And how about, can you help me do all this? When we type student ID, it show the first name, last name, weighted average, and class length. I think all these things you should be able to do it, right? As well as this, I think you can do this, right? What function are we going to do? Are we going to use here? When we type some ID, we want it to show the first name, last name, weighted average, and then class rank. What function นะครับ Suppose I type let's say 1 2 1 0 2 x 0 enter ปุ๊บให้มันขึ้นlast name ก็คืออะไรครับ Batson and then first name Foy Batson and then weighted average will be 87.1 and then rank number 15. What should I do? What function ฮะ Can we use VLOOKUP ไหมฮะได้ไหม Can we use something like this? VLOOKUP of what? This table, right? Until here ก็ได้ until here just in case, right? We fix it. Ooh. My computer is broken. So แป๊บนึงนะครับ So we do VLOOKUP of this is a lookup value, right? And then this is a lookup table. We fix it, comma, and then so first thing we want first name, right? What's the first name? What's 1 2 3, right? First name is column number 3. Okay, and then this one we do the match, right? So we do, what do we do in this case? We do approximate match or exact match. Why we do so why don't I do the approximate match? Okay, sure. So you can do this, right? But if you do okay, later on, actually this one, since it doesn't go as as order, you should do approximate. You should do exact match, like when you try to match as like text, because once you go past it, maybe it will not understand. It will not match directly. So you should do this as a exact match. Okay, you should do as false here. Yeah, last name you do the same, weighted average you do the same. So like for example, you do 1 3 1 1 8. Okay, correct. Because if you change this to true, I think still correct. Okay. Okay. This one doesn't work anymore. So once you go past it, you cannot search it back. So that's why when you search for specific numbers like this, when you search for a specific number like this, and then you didn't go to you didn't sort it, okay, you didn't sort the ID of the student in the tables, okay, I would suggest you to you to do the exact match. Okay, so like this, because like the student ID is a specific one. It's not like in order. It's not like the grade that you can compare. So this one is a specific one. So I would suggest you to when you match it, you do the exact match. So you change it to false. Oh, sorry, you change this to false. Okay, you change this one to false. Okay, so you go back and so please go back and try all these things. So today I think we learn many functions. We learn like if, we look up, we learn rank, we learn count, we learn count if, we learn count a, we learn nested if. I think I think you can go back and retry this at home. If you have any question, you can always ask me anytime. Okay, any question ไหมครับ any question? Okay, if not, I'll see you next week. Thank you ครับ
อาจารย์คะคะแนน midterm จะประกาศช่วงไหนอะคะ
กำลังตรวจอยู่ครับ เดี๋ยวพยายามรีบตรวจให้เร็วที่สุดครับ
สู้ๆค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณมากครับอาจารย์ สวัส
ครั
ดี
บ ขอบ
ค
คุ
รับ
ณครับ สวัสดีครับ